What's good? What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. We have Meek Mill replying to the incident that happened between him and Gary Russell on Saturday at Tank Davis fight. Not only did Meek Mill respond to it, but we also have my guy, the legend himself, Steven Jackson, aka Stack 5. He put his little 2 cents on it, so I'm gonna let you guys hear what they had to say. Then, of course, you know I got to give my opinion about the situation, y'all. So, y'all, make sure you hit the subscribe button and stay tuned.
Shout out to Meek Mill, though. Meek Mill solid. Anybody from the DMV area, Baltimore, Maryland, Virginia, and you rooting against Tank, that's kind of hard to accept, man. It's a youngster from y'all area that's doing something big, that's selling out arenas every fight night. How could you hate on that? How can you? Meek stood tall. Meek stood tall because there was no reason for anybody to be from this area to be hating on Tank when he's doing something great. You know what I'm saying? One of us. So shout out Meek for standing tall, man. It was a great night. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. Shout out Shot Glizzy too. Shot Glizzy, me and Shot Glizzy bumped into each other, you know, doing the whole little thing. You know what I'm saying? But Shot Glizzy a real one. Shout out to Tank. Shout out to everybody, man. It was a great night. Showtime Boxing, we did it again, man.
Now, I just did a video about this yesterday, man. You guys got to go check that video out. As you see it on the screen, it's called Gary Russell Continues to Call Out Gervonta Tank Davis and Gets in an Altercation with Meek Mill. Man, make sure you guys look that up, and make sure you also, man, continue to give me a subscribe, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Video it's definitely a good video, in depth, man. As you can see, we had 11,000. So thank you, God bless every single one of you that watched that video and support, man. It means a lot to me. So, all right, now listen. I agree 100% with Stat 5, man. Like I said yesterday in the video, I'm gonna touch just a little bit on it, but you, again, go check that video out, man. It's starting to look like Gary Russell is just hating on Tank Davis, man. It's looking like he's hating on Tank Davis. I mean, it even irritates me the fact that you took the time out to go to the fight. You took the time out to go to this man's fight just to hate on him, you know. And you know, I touched bases on how I felt, and all out in actuality, man, it could be a little jealousy, but I do feel like it's Gary Russell's competitive nature as well, bro. I think that he's very competitive, but I do feel like there's some spitefulness in him with Tank Davis. Now, again, so I don't think it's 100% hate. I think it's partly him being competitive, but I definitely feel like there's a spike. I mean, they're from around the same area. Gary Russell was actually he was a well-known amateur. He was supposed to make the Olympic team, but got sick, so he couldn't make the Olympic team. He was you know, a world champion from that area, and this was before Tank even came out, right? And so then here comes Tank. You know, because Gary Russell's from Capitol Heights, Maryland. Tank is from Baltimore. Tank rises up to the occasion. Tank is you know, under Floyd. He was under Floyd Mayweather for a while, and he just blossomed. His career blossomed, and now Tank is a star. Like, Tank is a star. So they're from the same area. That you know. Listen, again, I think it's a lot of competitiveness there by Gary Russell, but from what the videos that I see, I do feel like there's a little spitefulness. I do feel like there's a little hate. There's a little chip on his shoulder. So, you know, take it to how it is. But Meek Mill definitely responded to the situation. So let's hear what Meek Mill got to say. Hold it, wait a minute. Y'all thought I would fit it? So, shout out to thesource.com. It says, on Saturday, January 7th, Gervonta Davis fought Hector Garcia to defend his WBA lightweight title. Halfway through the 8th round, a ringside altercation between Meek Mill and professional fighter Gary Russell Jr. caught the attention of both fighters, causing the fight to stop for a brief moment. Meek and Gary were escorted out of the arena, and Meek would later take to Twitter to say that he and the pro fighter almost got into a fight and apologized for the incidents. Congratulations, Tank, he wrote. He being Meek Mill. Congratulations, Tank, he wrote, referring to Gervonta Davis. I almost fought a boxer telling him this fight not going 12 rounds. I missed the big bomb. And then he later says, it says, a string of other tweets, Meek continues sharing his side of the story, saying that he would never let no petty ish escalate, and saying that the blogs put up the video of the altercation between him reacting aggressively to Gary Russell saying something aggressive to him. Meek Mill says, I would never let no petty ish escalate to let somebody movie run. I just walked away. I came to support Tank and Boots. Good wins. Meek tweeted. I was nice to everybody at the fight. If you was there, you saw. The blog's gonna put up the aggressive part after I responded to something aggressive. Everybody in that section seen my level of respect towards other. I just gotta step my response game up. Then he apologized for his actions, which he called wasting time for nothing. I have no business going back and forth with a random person, and we just talking about sports. So my apology for wasting my time for nothing. I had a few shots. I know how to dodge those. Congrats to Tank and Boots. So that's the homie Meek Mill's response. All right, so let me give my opinion on some things that were not really talked about that we definitely should talk about. Okay, first and foremost, man, I've seen a lot of people. I've seen Devin Haney make a tweet saying, why are they, stopping the fight for the commotion in the crowd. I think I saw what's the dude from the Zone, the Latin Snake? I can't stand that dude, Sergio Mora. I really don't like dude. I saw him speak on that as well. And just to be fair, I've never seen that where they actually stop a fight due to an altercation. But first and foremost, you guys definitely got to remember that it's never really been altercations that happen in boxing matches. Normally happen in the nosebleed section somewhere, but somewhere that close, that's not really that's never really happened. But let me just state this: Tank spoke on that, and I don't blame dude for stopping, because first and foremost, like Tank said, bro, it shouldn't be an incident where we shouldn't be. They should get that taken care of, bro. We shouldn't be, somebody could have got hurt. Somebody could have snuck a gun in and got the shooting. Like, Tank is looking out not only for his safety, but the fact is, bro, it's no way we're not finna be fighting when it's potentially a whole bunch of BS going on where somebody can get hurt. I mean, you see what they did, how they ridiculed Travis Scott when he kept performing when stuff was going on in his event or whatnot. So Tank Davis felt responsible and was like, hey man, listen, I just didn't feel comfortable with us fighting while all that was going on. I wanted them to get that cleared up before the fight started. And I don't blame dude for that. I mean, I'm not knocking him for that at all. But let me just state this too, something that we definitely need to touch on. A lot of people aren't touching on it, but man, we as a whole, bro, as our culture, we got to do better. Now, granted, I definitely understand, and for y'all that know, y'all have had those moments where you with your boys and a game or something going on, y'all having a debate about some stuff, and the debate gets a little serious. That's what happened in the situation with Meek Mill and Gary Russell. It was just Gary Russell. I mean, Meek Mill was there to support Tank, but Gary Russell was hating on Tank. Meek Mill caught wind of it. Meek Mill was saying, nah, bro, this fight ain't going the distance. Gary Russell was throwing shade on Tank Davis. Meek Mill pretty much was like, man, you tripping and all this type of stuff. Listen, but we all been there, bro. But this is just embarrassing, bro. We shouldn't be doing this as a people. We come on, man. It's sad that everywhere, listen. But even back home, bro, everywhere where it's a group of black people, you always have to be conscious of your surrounding, because you never know what can pop off at any time. And that's the sad part about our culture, bro. We got to do better. I mean, people are not. I don't hear people speaking on this enough, but we definitely have to do better, bro. I mean, because this is ridiculous. So anytime you go to an event where a lot of black people are at, bro, you gotta be cautious. You gotta move different. You gotta be wary. I remember when I first moved to Arizona, I went to the fair out here. I went to the fair out here with this girl, and I saw a lot of black folks, but it was I was like, where y'all security at? Where the police at? She was like, for what? And so, that made me realize that that's not normal. Cause back home where I'm from, back home in Little Rock, Arkansas, back home or I'm by way of Atlanta, Georgia. I was born in Atlanta. moved to Little Rock. But either one, Little Rock, Arkansas, Atlanta, Georgia. Back home, you see a lot of black folks. Oh no, bro, something finna pop off. Like somebody finna get shot. You know what I'm saying? Especially in Little Rock, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody finna get shot. Somebody finna get beat up, then get shot. Like so, it's just sad that we can't, come as one to an event and act civilized, man. Like you gotta remember, bro, we are representing each other. You know what I'm saying? So bro, we gotta do better, bro. And we've all had those moments where we've had arguments with our friends where we're sitting there, we're debating, and then the debate gets heated and things get heated. But come on, guys, you guys are professional. You guys are professionals. Meek Mill, you're a professional rapper, artist, or whatnot. Gary Russell, you're a professional fighter, bro. It shouldn't have got to the point to where things were escalating. And thank God for Wallow coming in, intervening. And thank God that cooler heads ultimately prevailed to where it didn't escalate to something deadly where somebody would have lost a life. And that just would have been tragic. So, listen, hopefully nothing like this comes about again. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. But what do I know?